Every time we hit our children, we're just defending the messages that we received, because the inner child, the child that we're carrying, that we all have within us, has accepted these messages as being true. And this child within us actually guides and directs a lot of our actions, believe it or not. The fact that your child did something and you just suddenly want to hit them with all, like, you have all this strong desire to hit them. You might put all sorts of good reasons on top of it. Why can't you control yourself? Why do you suddenly lose control? Why don't you have those same urges when an adult does those things? Why don't you have those same urges when an adult does those same things? Because we all know a lot of the things, a lot of the reasons why children get spanked. The people that spank them accept that behavior from other adults and don't hit them or scream at them. Why don't you scream at the adults in your life, at your workplace, your friends, your cousins, your aunties, your parents? Why don't you just slap them every time they do something that pisses you off, or your husband or your wife? Why is it only children that get to have this behavior? And one of the reasons is, it's one of the ways that it's one of the sad ways that we get our power back, because a lot of us deep down, no matter how strong and powerful we might want to appear, a lot of us who have not done the deep dive are actually feeling powerless deep down. And our children, because they're weaker than us, because they need us to survive, kind of give us an opportunity to seize power. But technically, personal power is generated from within. You can't steal, well, you can steal power, but is it really power if it's stolen? Or do you want to identify with the people that steal power and be surrounded by people that do not actually respect you? They're just afraid of you. Or do you want to generate the power from within and actually look at the reasons why you feel like you want to hit your child? I'm not saying something is wrong with you if you have the desire to hit your child. I don't want to say something is wrong with you, but there is a reason why you have those feelings. Question them. Like Gabor Mate says, compassionate inquiry. Like, just ask yourself, like, why do I feel like this? Why do I suddenly want to hit her? Why? What does this remind me of? When is the first time that I experienced these feelings? It requires a lot of discipline. It requires a lot of patience, but it mostly really requires discipline, especially if you're used to just lashing out and feeling like, I'm in power here, I get to do what I want. If you're used to feeling that way, it's going to require a lot of discipline from you to just stop, not do anything, leave the room and sit somewhere and ask yourself, like, what is actually happening here? What is actually at play? And you will find that often, what I found from my own experience, because I'm not going to sit here like a saint and be like, I'm just telling you, don't hit your children. Like, why would you do that? Obviously, why would you do that? But the only reason I'm here speaking about this is because I experienced it. I have moments in my life where, in the far past that I wish never ever existed, I hit my child, and it didn't make any sense, because with everything that I knew in my mind, I would never be the person to do that. I always felt so much disgust. I'm being honest, just utter disgust at people who do that to their children. And I was like, what the hell is happening to me? Like, why would I do that? And I would sit in my bed and just analyze what happened again and again and again, and guilt myself. And just to say, I did it. And that is why I'm standing here, because I feel there's no way I'm the only person that experienced this strong desire and losing on the desire by acting on the desire and hitting my child. when I'm not an advocate for doing that kind of stuff. There's people that believe that hitting is like the end all be all. It's the best thing you should do, like spare the rod and spoil the child. This video is not for you. I'm not talking to you. Please just click off if you accidentally found yourself on this video. I'm very sorry. This is not for you. I'm speaking to the people that do not want to hit their children yet find themselves doing it anyway. It's like you lose control for a second. And question your mind. Question your mind. Question your mind, because not your mind, but question the feelings that come up, because your body knows the answers. You may not know exactly why. You may not be able to access the exact memory as that cause that is at the root cause, that is the root cause of the trigger that you're experiencing right now, but your body knows, and it would take you there, maybe in a flash of something or a realization, if you will only take the time, the undistracted time, to be with yourself and learn to know yourself. Our children deserve this. Like, they deserve that we work through the stuff that is weighing on us. And that is the reason, I really believe that is the reason that children come through and keep coming through to this low vibration of a place. They come to advances. A lot of people think that we are so powerful, so freaking powerful, so freaking knowledgeable, and we have this freaking empty slate that we get to fill up with a bunch of knowledge, amazing knowledge that we acquired. But I think it's backwards, actually. We have so little, like, compared to what children have the ability to bring to us. I think what we give to them in comparison is like 5%, like how to survive on the earth plane, how to behave, how to do this, how to do that, how to walk. But they do that by mirroring. They learn that by mirroring us. But the stuff that they have the ability to teach us, my God. And I'm saying this from experience. It's not something that I've read somewhere. Yes, obviously I read over the years stuff, but I started realizing this before I started researching. It's insane what your child has the ability to teach you, only if you have the availability to learn, if you're open to learning. And that takes humbling yourself and realizing that just because you're older doesn't mean you know it all. And it's not like your child is gonna do, like, people think, well, I feel that people think, from me saying that children teach us, that your child will have this like classroom approach and just sit in a room. Mommy, sit down, get a board and start writing lesson 1. You do not do this. No. Those lessons are so freaking non-verbal, and sometimes they are verbal, obviously, but they're mostly non-verbal, and we only understand those lessons by introspection and silence and being with ourselves. That's the way that we grasp the lessons that the children are bringing at us. Sometimes it will pour some words in your face that will make you go, ah, my gosh, I didn't know that about myself. Do I really do that? They're a mirror to make you see yourself, if you're willing to see, because some people have children and really they're just not willing to see themselves. Anyways, this video was just to suggest that you question your narrative. Just because you feel like hitting is the appropriate thing to do, that this thing that they did is so freaking horrible, it's the end of the world. Is it really?